everyone and welcome back to the Foreplay channel. I'm Bella.
I'm Jace.
In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you might be coming off as undesirable to other people in the swinging lifestyle. While there are many scenarios that might make it tough to find the right friends and potential play partners, there are a few recurring issues we've seen couples struggle with over the last 10 years in our swinging journey. First thing that could be making you undesirable is being too pushy and trying to make play happen way too quickly. Finding play partners can definitely be a fun part of the swinging lifestyle, but it shouldn't be the most important thing. For most couples, even ones who really enjoy the play aspect, someone being too pushy can be a huge turnoff. When you approach couples after play, after only a brief conversation, it can make them feel uncomfortable, and honestly, it can make them feel like they're being seen as just a piece of meat. Even if you really enjoy play, you usually want to have some conversation first to make sure everyone's a good match. Sharing your partner takes a lot of trust, so without enough conversation, it can feel awkward because enough trust just hasn't been built yet. Now, we're not saying every play experience requires a deep emotional friendship connection, but immediate talk of play can definitely make others feel uncomfortable. Maybe you've had a good time chatting and are all vibing, so asking play seems like the next step. And sometimes that's right, but other times you might hear, I don't think play is the right call for us right now, after asking. It's extremely important to respect that answer regardless of the reason. Maybe they aren't ready or even wanting to swap at all in their relationship, or maybe they see you more as platonic friends rather than play partners. But no matter their reason, you need to respect their choice. We've had couples approach us in the past, and after a polite decline, they kept trying to flirt and push for play. This can be extremely off-putting and might make us not even interested in play at all, even if we would have been comfortable with it at a later date. Just remember, it's never okay to push people to play. If you ask and your offer is declined, you need to respect that and move forward politely without taking any offense.
So reason number 2 kind of goes along with reason number 1, and it's just not making that connection. For a lot of couples, we really do need a connection before wanting to move forward to play. It does take a lot to want to share your partner and to feel comfortable with all of that going on, and a lot of couples want that deeper connection. Like Bella said, it doesn't always have to be some crazy deep connection, and maybe you don't need a connection at all. But there is a lot of couples that if they don't feel like they have that connection, they definitely cannot move forward. And so that's one thing we would recommend, even if maybe you are not the kind of people who need a deep connection, or even like a great connection at all, we would still recommend trying to make those connections, because most of the time people are going to feel a lot more comfortable and feel a lot better moving forward if they feel that connection, especially if it's between all 4 of you. A lot of people really want friendships. That's, I know how we are. We like to go into this to make friends, and then if those things happen to happen, they happen on top of that. So a lot of people are like that they are in this for friendship, and then it said the extra things are bonus. And so I would just keep that in mind whenever you're approaching couples, whenever you're just going about your lifestyle journey, is not trying to be that too pushy and not trying to just rush into things, and taking the time to make the connections, make the friendships, so that everyone can move forward and really feel comfortable in the situations. So reason number 3 we are going to say is whenever you sit kind of by yourself and only talk to each other. We were extremely guilty of this whenever we first entered the lifestyle, and it totally makes sense. It can be so nerve-wracking to go up and talk to people, or to even walk around, because it can be a new environment, and maybe you can find a chair and just sit there and have a drink, and it feels like a safe space, which is totally okay. So we're not saying do not do that, but you do have to know that sometimes it can send the wrong signals to people. We had friends when we first started the lifestyle that came up, and they said, you guys look so unapproachable. You look like you don't want to talk to anybody. That's the furthest thing from how we felt. We wanted people to talk to us, but we were just so scared. But lots of time whenever you're sitting there only talking to your partner, it kind of seems like maybe you're just watching, maybe you don't want people to approach you. And so things like that can really kind of hinder your lifestyle journey. So we definitely recommend, even if you are more shy, more reserved, maybe even getting up, walking around, trying to say hi to people from time to time. And also, I would say it kind of goes along with it, is trying to gain some confidence in that, especially whenever you're sitting. At least if you're sitting there, if you look very confident, like you want to be approached, it's very different than when you're sitting and you're kind of like look really nervous and you're like sipping on your drink and you look unconfident. That's gonna make people also not want to approach you, for lots of different reasons. One could be they think that you're newer, and I said you don't want to be bothered. Lots of time also people that are newer in the lifestyle, and you have people that are older in lifestyle. Sometimes those connections can be a little bit difficult, because people that have been in lifestyle for a long time, if they think a couple maybe isn't quite ready for the lifestyle yet, then sometimes they can kind of avoid those types of couples. And so presenting yourself with confidence, walking around, it really will make a huge difference in how people perceive you and how your lifestyle journey goes.
The fourth reason why you might be undesirable to other swingers is pushing them to change their rules and boundaries for you. So let's say you've built a connection with another couple, and after talking, you all want to go back to one of your rooms for a spicy after party. When we get back to a room, we always make sure to understand everyone's rules and boundaries before any play starts. If everyone listens and communicates openly, there shouldn't be any problems, but we've heard from others who have had very negative experiences at this time. It's never okay to try to make someone change their boundaries for you. Do not ever coerce people into doing something they don't want to do. Here are a couple of examples that we've heard. Would you be okay not using protection at this time? We have a recent test and we can show you that we're clean. Or, I know you said you don't take any videos or pictures, but what if we just took a few this time and we will never share it? Or maybe you've all established that you want to do parallel play and girl-girl only. Then one couple tries a 3-person adult activity while trying to leave the other person out. That has happened to us before. In all of these situations, clear rules and boundaries have been set, but someone is trying to push and pressure another person into changing those rules. You're trying to give them reasons why they should be changed, or even just trying to work their way into something else when the boundaries have already been established, and this is never okay. When someone sets their rules and tells you what they are, everyone needs to respect them. If you want something extra and the others aren't okay with it, then your choices are to say, that's okay, we definitely don't need to do that. Or to say, since those things aren't on the table, I think it's better if we don't play, since that's a big part of the experience for me or for us. An example of that could be maybe one couple only kisses on the lips with their own partner, and the other couple really feels like they need that kissing connection to have an enjoyable time during play. And since your play styles don't match, it's just best to conclude that you're not a match play-wise. It's really simple. Rules are rules, and they are meant to be respected.
The fifth and last reason in this video is just really not taking care of yourself, not being hygienic, and not putting your best effort out. This can definitely make people, not be attracted to you. If you're not taking the most care of yourself hygienically, maybe your breath does not smell the best, or maybe any of the multitude of reasons and things that kind of go along with that, that is a huge part of this. Even though we do talk about how important it is to be, connected through friendship and emotion and things like that, it's also, you do have to have some physical attraction if you are going to end up playing with people, at least for most people. Another thing you have to think is sometimes maybe you're just not somebody's type. That is totally okay. I know I always say that, I know I am not attracted to everybody out there, so I know not everyone is going to be attracted to me. That's totally fair and that's totally valid. So sometimes you're just not going to line up because maybe you guys are not each other's types. And sometimes those connections aren't going to make up for that. And that's totally okay. Maybe you are someone's type, but your partner's on the other person's type. Also, totally okay. We also know we hear a lot about couples that feel like one partner is doing a lot better job taking care of themselves than the other person in that couple. So you can kind of think about it in that way too, of, I said, not just the being hygienic thing, but going above and beyond to put your best self out there, doing the best you can to be the most presentable you can, wearing things that, accentuate you and flatter you the best, doing your hair the best way that looks the best on you, and putting out all that effort to be the most attractive version of yourself that you can be. I said, I think this goes a long way of not just for those other partners, but when you put out the effort, you're doing it for yourself. And that's going to make your self-confidence grow. It's also you and your partner are going to enjoy each other more. So I said it's definitely a bigger picture thing. So just keep those things in mind whenever you're moving forward in the swinging lifestyle.
I'm not saying that you need to conform to a specific look or a specific style. It's just choose what makes you feel the best and making sure that you're trying your best to be the most presentable in the way that makes you feel most confident. And so there you have it, some common reasons why you might be undesirable to other swingers or people in the lifestyle. And the great thing is that for the most part, a lot of these things are avoidable. If you work on eliminating any or some of these things that you're doing, you will be sure to start to make some amazing connections with others, and you can become extremely desirable.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe so you never miss when we post a video, and then comment down below if you guys have any questions, or maybe there's some tip that someone gave you that helps you feel a lot better and a lot more desirable. Drop that down below too, and we will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!